Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
Is that something I want to... Yes, that is something I want to do, actually. Well, this isn't what I was expecting. II00? I mean, that looks like the, that looks like what a bit like what's on the cloister. So IIOO. There is a terminal here. What is this? A small data microchip. Looks like it might be able to be plugged in somewhere. Whoa, what? Oh. Oh. 3 microchips to open grotto. Alright, and what can I access using this terminal? Blackbridge. Blackbridge Network Administrator Controls. I have, and this one's case sensitive, I have one. So RUOTH. This admin key has been deactivated. Crap! Okay, where was it? Where I saw that? It was admin key, first floor of last name. Randolph is the network man. Well, I guess I need to find whoever Randolph is. I don't suppose the Baron, Herbert Sinclair, would it be SINCH? Admin not found. Okay. What about BABBA? Whoa! Holy... I wasn't actually expecting that to work. Okay, so Ann Babbage has admin access. Okay, so... But I don't have access to any of these. This admin key does not have permissions. Yeah, user database. User database... Okay, so... More... R... Admin... Tom... K... Admin... Plus 3 additional delisted admin keys. Okay. And then, yeah, Ruota and... Interesting, Denny Ravane also had some kind of access to this, but no longer. Okay. Whoa, okay. Former groundskeeper, key expired. Log, account created in November of 88. Last login was February of 92. Most drafted room was the greenhouse. Personnel notes, terminated March 1992 for suspicion of blackmail and not watering the plants. In that case, I wonder if X could be Ravane. I'm going to take a picture of this. Add it to the blueprints folder. in place of my notes. I'm gonna have to see if any of these dates like correlate with other things. Return to database. What about Moore? Randolph Moore. Lead system administrator. Account created. Okay. So January 20th, 86. September 1st, 93. So he last used this a week before I came here. Because I think we're assuming that Herbert died in 93 because he did the will in March of 93. Lead lab technician for Cinca, set up estate terminals and Blackbridge network. This is kind of insane that I can just see everyone's passwords. I was not expecting Anne, like even like what's to stop like Anne from being able to do what I'm about to do, which is get admin access. Thomas K, assistant lab technician. Recent transfer from Senka, former executive assistant to H.S. Sinclair, trusted with full admin privileges. So actually, maybe Thomas K might be better. Actually, it's Thomas is the last name. This is insanely cool. I was not expecting this run to go like this. Okay. And then return to database. Babbage Ann, house manager, 86 to 90. Interesting, she hasn't been here in a long time. Most drafted room office, author of all personnel notes. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a picture of all of these and put them in my notes for safekeeping. And then Hartley Rhoda, temporary admin, 93. Account created in 93. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Most drafted room with servants' quarters. This Baron's valet for 20 years, substituting for Mr. Moore until we find a suitable assistant admin. Okay. Plus 3 additional delisted admin keys. Out of curiosity, what happens if I do this? What if I try to log in as Clara Epson? No. What if I try to look in as, or it is Epson, right? Not Espen. Okay, it is Epson. What if I do SINC? What if I try to log in as Simon Sinclair? No. Okay. What if I try to log in as Clara Sinclair? Okay. What if I tried to log in as Mary Matthew Jones? Presumably it would be, she would have been Mary Sinclair. Just curious. I'm just curious. Okay, let's actually do the proper admin. So hang on a sec. Whoops. My bad. Welcome to Blackbridge. So network settings. Terminal timeout settings, electronic mail setting, terminal timeout. The timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. The default setting, immediate, requires a new connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. Setting controls how long a control stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. Okay, so this is like immediately. So this would be like if I needed access to a terminal. Like this would help keep terminals connected to the network for longer, which would mean like if I were to say like during this run, I accessed security and laboratory. If I were to make it like 1 month, that means for the entirety of the next month, like if I were to get the office, I could still access security and the laboratory from the office because they would still be connected to the network. Let's leave it for now. What's the electronic mail settings? Oh. Can check connection off-site. Inbound, outbound connections and electronic mail communications outside of the local network have been temporarily disabled. So now the email is on for all of them. Admin logs. So, January 20th, 86. The last cables have finally been laid and the office terminal has been connected to the central network. Given the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we chose to install the server outside of the house to maintain connection stability at all times. A small cavern off of the eastern drive was selected for the server site. Okay, so that's where we are now. Next. So this is about a week later. All remaining computer terminals on the estate are now connected to the network mainframe and we will now begin testing remote access capabilities between them. I've also asked the Baron to come up with a name for the network. Okay. After some deliberation, our network has been named Blackbridge, a somewhat ominous name for the project given the legend from which the term derives. Though very fitting considering we chose an actual cave to house the mainframe. I only hope that our servers do not suffer the same fate that befell those in the story. Cool. July 1st, 86, regular maintenance report. Fixed the connection error that was occurring between the office and security terminal. We've also added electronic mail capabilities to each terminal that can be accessed via the network. 87, February. Recording capabilities of all cameras on the estate have been disabled. Additionally, the existing video playback functionality on the security terminal has also been removed. Why? So the cameras are actually useless. Unless someone's actually in security. March 2nd and 3rd of 87. Both have deleted logs. I don't know if I have written down what happened in March. I don't by any chance. In the archives. When did my mom disappear? February 22nd. So this was 12 days before my mom disappeared. Okay, no, the jewel heist happened in September. But interesting. So security, the cameras were all basically disabled the day that my mom disappeared. Well, a few days before my mom disappeared. And then a week, 2 weeks after, or a little under 2 weeks after, there are deleted logs. Oh wow, there are so many days. So many days of deleted logs. As requested yesterday, a new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. So this is August of 87. Interesting. So March 2nd, which is when the deleted log happened, that was when the detective went through the... That was when the detective went through the house. On March 18th, 1987, Gene Ribbon borrowed the pump for the instruction manual for the pump, but that was my mom. So March 18th of 87, after she disappeared, she took out the pump room book. So that is proof that my mom was staying here after she disappeared, which is why they would want no footage of that. Effective immediately, all electronic mail capabilities have been restricted and now can only be accessed via the office terminal. All other terminals' inboxes have been archived and can only be restored via admin control. So that means there are emails on those things. In 89 and in 90, about a year, temporary access to the mainframe in Blackbridge Grotto has been restored before routine maintenance. Updated access privilege for the following account types. Full access to all features, personnel access, access to user database, archive access, full access plus access to archived admin logs and deleted database entries. Who would have archive access? If the requested name, it could also mean, I wonder if that means that the last name was shorter. Like if the last name was only 3 letters. Okay, so RTA is down while we work on a solution to reported terminal connection failures. RTA remote terminal access is working again. Terminal connections tested and confirmed functional. To make further testing easier, added ability to access offline terminals through the RTA when Blackbridge is open. Okay, yep. Per request, 1 temporary admin key has been added to the network. Yep. 1 new admin key has been added to the network. Thomas K, welcome to the team. Added new management features to Blackbridge admin control. Updated user database. Changing of the guard. In preparations for Simon's arrival, inbound and outbound messages as well as offsite connections from outside the estate have been disabled per the instructions left by the Baron himself. Okay. But the good thing is we have the emails. Return to menu. Data files. Oh. Import trophy data? Using the Blackbridge system, you can import trophy data from other save files in your current profile. It is a convenient way to collect trophies in one file that might have been possible to get in a single profile. Oh. Interesting. Okay. That's kind of meta. Either way, let me try. Okay, yeah, I wasn't expecting that to work. Are there any last names I know of that have less than 3 Key? Major Nicholas Key the 4th? That's one that could be a name, last name shorter than 4 letters. What about any of my mom's aliases? No. So what about Key N? What about Key M? Key A. Key S. I don't know. Either way, we have... Okay. I'll leave that there for now. This is huge. Okay. Am I going to pass by any terminals on my way to where I'm going? No. Would it be worth it to go to security, or against my better judgment, but I really want to know if this is, because I can also access the lab from here, so I don't have to go all the way up there. Log into network. So what do these security emails say? Electronic mail. Does it go in order? To Kirk Darren, stop recording. February 10th, 1987. Kirk, per our last meeting, effective immediately, please suspend all security camera recordings. Live surveillance has been approved, but the Baron no longer wishes to have taped logs of activity on the estate. I know this might seem like a security risk, but I promise good reasoning is behind this seemingly unsound decision. But Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. That's from Randolph Moore. Mailbox. Okay, so this is the bottom one is the earliest. So November 5th, 1986. Mr. Darren, if you have any more of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he is working on in the clock tower. Okay. For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you and the Baron continually insist on confounding my staff and every other person who stumbles upon one of your colored memos. I'm not confident confusion is the best security, but it's not my department, so I'll leave that up to you and the Baron. Okay. 2 in Babbage security measures. Mrs. Babbage, I'd like to address one potential security vulnerability of having an antechamber lever in the weight room. As the years have gone by, the Baron's frequency of working out in this room has gone from once in a red moon to as rare as a man without self-pity. As such, we find this room mostly relegated to guest use, and given that an antechamber lever is not only unsuited but also poses a security risk, I advise we either remove or conceal it, and install a secondary lever to control the south entrance. There's a lever in the weight room? Is that why it's such a big risk? Mr. Darren, sorry for the lagging reply. I'm still learning how to use this machine. Thank you for bringing this issue to our attention. This was not something I had considered, but it does seem like a reasonable suggestion, and I will discuss it with the Baron during our next meeting. I know he has expressed interest in installing secondary access levers for both redundancy and convenience, so this may be the perfect excuse to allow him to execute those plans should he still wish to do so. Oh my gosh. Return to network menu. Remote terminal access. View active terminals. I did have it. Shoot. First things first, tomorrow I should go back and set it to 1 month. Although I don't know how dangerous that would be. I don't know what the repercussions of these things are. Connecting to terminal. Let's check out the email for the laboratory. Oh. Oh, interesting. So, in that case, I will just have to... I'm not going to go all the way back up to the lab. Or actually I could. It's like right there. You know what? This might be worth seeing. Just better look around really quick for any keys or coins, because I don't remember when I set that off anymore. Alright. We're going to take a look at the emails here. So there's a secondary lever in the weight room. Okay. Chef de Camp. Freezer access. Randolph. As you know, I've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week. I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal working hours. However, on Friday, I was making my famous black truffle pizza and had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Chef de Camp. Experiments in freezer. I think I remember seeing something about that, like some kind of experiment. I think it was in this room actually. Mailbox. 2 Chef de Camp. This is 87. Chef, please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive, and they're already accounting for normal variations due to expected use in staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related not to your freezer visit, but to the furnace in close proximity. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, and even more so in rooms in close proximity to it. Together. I don't know if this... I might have to completely reorganize my notes. I have no idea if this is a good way to do it anymore, because, like, it's organized by day, but the problem is I'm finding out so much stuff that I have no idea which day, what piece of info I need is on. Okay. So, precautions. August 27th, 87. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we will be sealing off the entrance to the Blackbridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures that we should be considering, given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Next month was when the crown was stolen. September was when the crown was stolen. August 31st, 1987. Lock it down. Lock it all down. Okay. So the shelter is the last one that I haven't accessed yet. And that's going to be a hurdle to get across. Well, not really. If I can... No, I actually need... I just found out I need access to the shelter in order to get at the emails. I do have a shovel now, which means I can do this. Maybe get some steps out of it. A few coins, not terrible. All right. Actually, okay, that's what I figured. Huh, okay. Okay, I need a room that goes ahead. Ooh! Each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. The kennel! I get to see the dogs! Hey, buddy! Hello! How do I open you guys? C-A-T? What? I mean, the only place I've seen blocks like that is the nursery. I'll also take a picture of this. I have no idea what the significance of this could be. I know, it's okay, buddies. I know. Who's a good boy? Can't grab any of the leashes. Oh, this one's open. Hi. Can I pet the... Oh, I can pet him. I pet him. I can pet the puppies. I can't unlock these, though. What up? Hi. So, there's something in here. Like, this one is open. So either a dog got out, or there's a room behind here. That's cute. Hello. Aw, you're so cute. Yeah, you're a good boy. You can pet the dog in Blueprints. Okay. Oh no. I think I might. I'm gonna redraw. I'm gonna redraw again. Okay. Okay. Whew. Close one. Okay, now I'm in a... I can go anywhere now, I think. Yeah. Although, okay. It's going to take a lot of steps for me to get back to the North Lever. I don't know if I want to risk dead ending my... We'll go for the... You know, we'll go for the chapel. One of these days, I'm going to get a magnifying glass and a metal detector, and I'm going to light these candles. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the archived plan. I mean, that works for me, I guess. And actually, hang on a sec. Were there not blocks in here? I could have sworn there were blocks in here that had letters. Were there not? I mean, the extra steps do help. I mean, if I had to guess, like, I don't even see a cat here, which also feels a little odd. Maybe, was it the bunk room that I saw the lettered blocks in? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, okay, the steps help. You know what? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna eat that on the way back, I think. A New Clue by Marion Marigold. This book was graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones, and I'm the only one who's checked it out. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you, for you are looking for a new clue too. He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. Man, I wish I had a magnifying glass. Corner cases. Parlor, patio, nook, office, library, pantry. Dead cases. Lavatory, closet, attic, furnace, solarium. And let me see if I can... Age 25. Names list. I need a magnifying glass. I need a magnifying glass as soon as I can. No! What? He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. I see that. I see those numbers. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Keep left. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. So tome after tome that the library loaned and the books that he had already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Tender cipher, lunar renamed, Uncle Avenue, draft the sixes. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Mary, Mary, Gates, Gates, right, what? He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps, and if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. A man obsessed and cuckoo too, they would say as he would wander through. The best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of his cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. Okay, hang on a sec. Hang on. There's so much here. So Route 8, there's a names. I need a magnifying glass. Oh my god. I don't suppose there was one in the commissary. Hold on, what is this? All checked corner case. All checked corner case rooms, which is here, had, where's 7? A low case clue found in the rooms. I was thinking by the word the, that was a 15, but I think it's a 13 actually. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. What is a low case clue? Like lower case? As in like, what? He changed the lines in all that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting. So, like Mary, Mary, Gates, Gates, and found that the diction of each word was sound. Draft the sixes, shifted extras, the fixed stars. So, tender cipher, I can already tell. Let me just, that has to be the red prince. Let's make sure. T H E R E D P R I-N-C-E. Yep. Lunar renamed. Going back through all the books, the history of Arindia. Uncle Aw? Is that a new clue? A-N-E-W. Yep. Lunar renamed. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, the Pump Book, drafting rules, and then Draft the Sixes. THEFIXEDSTARS. Yes, okay. Lunar renamed. Realm and Rune. Let me double check that. REALMANDRUN. Yep, that's absolutely Realm and Rune. But why? What does that mean? What is lore equals word? Jor equals name? No sign has been found. Okay, hang on a sec. Let me see. Dead end in major key. Seen all the signs? What? Dead end in major key. Major. Jor's a name? And then this says... So that's this page. Library. All the... Or no. The way library covers... Wait. That says red. Page A, word X. What? Huh? I have no clue where he's getting the XYZ ABC from. The suspect is minor. The suspect is minor. That's a lie. The suspect is major. The suspect is a key. Wait, so I got that right. Why didn't that work then? So Major Nicholas Key IV is a major key. And we know it's a red memo that is written by hand. Suspect is major. The suspect is a key. So I was on the right track with that. I was on the right track. And then the suspect is minor? I mean, unless that is not true, but it should be true. Okay, seeing all the signs. There are signs. Okay. So the signs. The signs. Oh, I've been recording for 3 hours and it's been only one run. Route 8. Depart. Or departure? Keep left. To Tanner Fork. And then that's just like an arrow. Dead end. Record. Each. Stop. On the way. Wait. Oh my god. Okay, so what this is saying is I need to start at Route 8. I need to look at the map of Reddington again. And I need to start at Route 8. Leave from Route 8. Go left. Like depart from Route 8. Keep left to Tanner Fork. Go right until I hit a dead end and record each stop on the way. Record every place I stop at. All right, it's going to take a lot more runs for me to figure that out. Dead end in major key pointing to the sea. This says so. Doing this without the magnifying glass is hard. Red prints. Page A. Word X. Green. Realm and Rune. Page C. Word A. Violet, which is a new clue. Page B, word Y. And the blue, which is the fixed stars. Page Z, word X. Wait. Oh, I don't need a map of Reddington. That's why he has a map of the metro. Of course, it could still be the Reddington book. He could have been wrong, but recording every stop and like Route 8 departure, that very much is more in line with a metro system or a road system than it is a map like the one in the Reddington book. Still, it might not hurt to look it up, but I don't know where I would find a map of the metro. Okay. So that says cover XYZ ABC. So that says library, cover, the way. And then the blue says the last three words are in the pages. I think it's arrive, something, something. It looks like it says earth in the pages. I don't suppose, can I? I'm going to try to, whoops, sorry. Okay, nope. I tried zooming in with my camera and that didn't work. What is the significance of major? Unless, if it's a name, if Jor is a name, could that be the way to get into the thing? I don't know. Hang on a sec. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. And I guess that would be the patio, the nook, the office, and the pantry. What is considered a minor clue? The nook had the thing with the magnifying glass where you could look on the hint thing. So any word that ends in lore is a word. Anything that ends in jor is a name. So like parlor, but major. What? I don't know where. What's the significance of that blue vase? Wait. There are 12 major keys. Does that mean that... Was it actually telling the truth that that's a lie? Because now under this context, it's like... A major key is a name. It's not an actual key, it's a name. Okay, but if we're doing this and we are going... So, library covers the way. So, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. I still don't know where he got that from. But if we're going, like, if we're associating the letters with numbers, Violet, which we're looking at right now, is page B, word Y, which presumably would be page 2, which would be this one, I guess? And Y would be word 25. So, where'd like my mouse go? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Evident? No idea if that's correct. Unless this is considered page A and this is considered page B, in which case it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 2. Dead end in major key. And I do remember seeing the XYZ ABC thing. No sign has been found yet. I found that on day 15. I think that was on the thing in the hovel or the trading post. I don't know. No idea. But I need to check out new books now. Apologies for moving the mic back and forth while I was doing that. Let's see what I can get from this. I actually would not mind the weight room. I really don't want to dead end this. What would this be? I don't know. You know what? Ballroom's good. Ballroom can lead us straight. Does it actually set my gems to 2? Yes, it does. It actually sets my gems to 2. Wow, okay. Well, I don't want to dead end myself. Let's just hope this is not a dead end. Whoa. Well, that's a dead end if ever I saw one. Unexpected that. Unexpected that happened. Okay. Survey of constellations observed at Mount Holly Observatory. Other notable night skies observed. First appearance of both Dimundus Minor and Major in the same sky. 40. 7 different constellations observed in a single night. 50 new constellations spotted. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is very useful to know. Okay. I wasn't actually expecting to get the planetarium this go around. That's very surprising for me. And what do you do? Interesting. I wonder if there's any correlation between, like, besides the stars, between this room and the observatory. At the moment, I'm not really noticing anything in particular. Maybe at some point, is there, like, maybe a time when all 5 planets align? Alright, well, I'm not ready to call it a day just yet. I have more things I can do. Gimme, gimme. Oh, hey! I do actually have a boiler room in my house. Alright, so first off... the Red Prince. Page A, word X. Well, this is not page A. This has to be page A then. So it'd be 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Made? I have no idea if that is correct. I'm also going to try to make it to the... Let's see, what were the books, what were the rooms that held minor clues? The patio, the nook, the office, and the pantry. I have the pantry, which is probably realistically the closest one I can get to. Man, the commissary is going to be awful to get to. I don't even know if I can get to it. I could dig in the conservatory. Might as well. Okay. We're just curious. Okay. I don't suppose... Page Z, word X. This only goes up to page 20. So that's not it. So it said that there's a minor clue in the pantry. Bridge. The word bridge. It's, yeah, it's bridge. Okay. The office and the patio I don't have. I did notice that one of them was written with a different handwriting. We don't need... Oh, it's just powered now. Okay, cool. So I can just go through here, no problem. I don't think there was a magnifying glass. No, okay. Was there a minor clue here? Beside. It's lowercase. The lowercase clues. It's not actual. It's not minor clues. It's literally lowercase clues. So there's one in the office, and one on the patio as well. Okay. Wow. I can't believe that was all one day. I also can't believe how many... I did not mean to fill up this many spots. Holy crap. And I didn't make it to the antechamber. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Or I can do 26, or 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wouldn't make it. I'm wondering if there's anything that happens if I drain the aquarium. Of course, I could save some steps if I with the running shoes. Would the aquarium be worth draining? No, you know what? I got the planetarium. Who knows when I would actually be able to get that again. You know what? I'm gonna see what happens if I drain the aquarium. Really quick. Because if I don't get... I can always gain stars through the observatory and not, like, skip any, because I just looked at the list, and if I got 2 stars, I'd be skipping the sail. And I don't know if I want to skip that. So... let's just really quick... I don't know if this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing that I do this. Alright. So what happened to the aquarium? At least I didn't... it doesn't look like I killed anything. So that's good at least. Wait, what? So this is the bedroom, I believe. Wait. X under grill in the on the patio. That's the grill that's on the patio. This room, I think, is the entrance hall. But I don't see anything. This is the laundry room. Oh! X in front of middle dryer? This might be a red herring, but... that's the archives. So that's pointing at that. That's something. That's something. This I can't tell anything. This one, there's like a slight arrow shape. Like under the chair? Like these ones are all so obvious. Unless this is just nothing here. Okay, well... the laundry room and the archives are both reachable from where I currently am. So is the bedroom. And I do have a shovel if it's something I need to dig for. So there's something right here. Oh. A long buried file cabinet key likely opens up a drawer somewhere on the estate. Okay. Okay, if that's the case, it doesn't require 2 keys? Because I currently don't have the patio. Let me really... well... and again, I want to also say, there was no prompt there. I just clicked and it dug. There was no prompt for me to start digging. I wonder... there's an arrow pointing down here. I didn't see any spot available to dig. I don't know, but either way, do I want to redrain the aquarium? Or do I want to refill the aquarium and redrain the fountain? Yes, I do. Because I'd much rather have the fountain drained than the aquarium. And the reason why I want the fountain drained is because of the torching chamber. I want easy access to it in a way that doesn't require me to get the tomb. But as soon as I finish the torching chamber, I'm going to drain the reservoir. Alright. The archives. In between the 2 shelves. It's like here? March 10th, 1886. Peace. Terms of surrender have been accepted. The red flags flying over the capital was a bittersweet sight of comfort for many of this realm's war-weary citizens. After 22 years, peace had come at last. We, the staff of Reddington Herald, join all the citizens of Reddington in welcoming this new era of peace and formally retract and disavow all prior printed support of House Desolates. Royals flee in defeat. For shame, O you cowardly coattails, in our most trying hour we clung, and in yours you ran. In his first public address since the end of the war, the victorious leader of the Fen army, General Teskin, did not express much sympathy for his fallen enemy. The royal family's departure was not unexpected, as rumors of their plans to flee to the neighboring realm of Araja had been circulating even before the war's end. However, the suddenness of their departures left many of their supporters feeling abandoned. It is a disgrace, a betrayal of the people they swore to protect. They have fled to foreign lands, seeking comfort and refuge, while their people suffer and struggle to rebuild. This is not the kind of leadership we need. We need leaders who will stand with us in times of adversity, who will not abandon us when we are afraid and at our most vulnerable. Desolate's princess born in exile. In the 4 decades since the end of the war, little news has reached our news desk regarding the former royals, in 1924, whose life in exile has remained a quiet source of speculation and mystery. Prince Rolf, the grandson of Desolates IV, broke that silence on Tuesday, when he announced the birth of his daughter, the Princess Caitlin J. Arai, who, in keeping with Arajan tradition, was endowed with her mother's surnames. So, Yana Je'ari would have been our ancestor. Okay. Close supporters of the exiled family are of course concerned, as this public announcement displays a notable shift in conduct for the royals and sets the stage for the family to exit private life and return once again to the public sphere, a change that will undoubtedly stir up long-buried allegiances and unrest in our realm. What is this? That's on the Bluebird, the Swimbird card as well. Tensions rise on southern border, January 11th, 1929. The Crown's recent decision to dismantle the realm's remaining railways has caused increasing tensions with our southern neighbor Araja, who has, for many generations, relied on our realm's rail tracks for northern passage to Arch Ares. The ensuing round of trade negotiations with Araja, which were conducted with reckless care and little diplomacy, have, to the surprise of no one, ended in an impasse. Early reports have alluded that in addition to their other demands, the Crown has requested that asylum granted to the former House of Desolates be revoked. So they want Araja to give up the royal family. And that's part of a sigil. No border. So the hourglass is Araja. The 3 lines is rain. A rainy realm is indicating with the rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. So Araja, rainy, and poetic. Strong focus on advancement of the arts, writing, music, and language. Is that going to be permanently open now? Genuinely can't believe I found that. Let me really quick see if it would be worth... Like, if I go into the observatory... What exactly does the sail do? Everything is 50%. I don't want to skip that. I don't think I want to skip that. Everything being 50% off. So I don't think I want to call it a day in the planetarium. All right. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it, and we're going to call it here so that I don't skip the sale. Oh my goodness. We didn't even Garden Shopping Center. Oh my. We didn't even get to the antechamber, and yet we found so much. Man. All right. Yeah, I definitely have a lot to think about. We have just, yeah, so much. We've got a new clue. We got to the grotto, the Blackbridge Grotto. We've read the emails. We found out about the microchips. There's a project going on the clock tower. There's a lever in the weight room. We can't forget about that. There is a lever for the southern entrance somewhere in the weight room. Unless it's no longer there, which it's worth checking. Cat, don't know what that means. And then yeah, the book is just, and then the files. It's a lot. So when we come back, we have a lot to do. We finally solved the thing with the lab, which is insane. Freezer, when drafted by Furnace, will affect things. So when we come back, obviously we're going to try to get to room 46. I think we need to draft the patio and see what's there under the grill. We need to draft the weight room and see what is there, whether or not there's a lever there. And we need to be just looking at more books. We need to get the full version of the Fixed Stars. We need to get the full version of Realm and Rune. And yeah, beyond that, I have no idea, but I'm excited to find out. So thank everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload a new part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.